Good evening, everybody. I'm Go Home. Welcome to GVO After Dark. I hope everybody enjoyed keeping track. I had lots of fun doing up that video for you guys this month, and we've got a new one every single month. So come back next month for even more. But tonight, we've got a special episode for everybody. This is episode number 7, season 5, and we're doing the tank car episode. This is an episode that I want to say it's something we've planned for a while now, and I've done a couple of different cars and brands specific for the show and whatnot, but we have never done tank cars. And it's very odd because Mark loves tank cars. It's probably one of his favorite cars. If it isn't, then I have no idea what else he likes. But I know he likes tank cars. So let's bring him in because he's going to want to show you his tank cars, and I'll show you mine. And
Hey!
Thanks for joining us, Mark. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll just do it the one time. I won't do it again after that. I'm sorry.
Good to be here.
Happy to have you. So the tank car episode. How long have we been talking about doing an episode about tank cars?
I don't know, last 2 years maybe?
Possibly. I'm glad we finally got around to it.
Yeah.
I just want to say a quick hello to everybody that is in the chat, everybody that took the time to show up here nice and early, even though we normally start at 8. Again, my son has soccer in the summertime, and it finishes at 8. And depending on what park I'm at, it takes so long to get home, etc., etc. So I push keeping track a little bit later, and we start right around the 8:30 time for GV After Dark. But everything should go back to the norm in September. Chris from CP Whiskey Creek and Enscale, how's it going? He gets the cookie today. Dwight Curley, how's it going? Mr. Roger Coleman. Tim from They Make It Like That. Wig Wags Workshop, how's it going? Mr. Brian Ferguson. Dundas Junction Model Railroad. Hey, James, you start that layout yet? What's going on? And Trackside Mike. How's it going, Mike? And we also got Anthony Borden. How's it going, Anthony? Around the Layout Podcast. And Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully you're all having a great week. If I missed anybody, I'm really sorry. I know there's people that hide in the background too. Hello to you. Don't be shy. And yeah. So let's get started because, no time like the present. So in today's episode, we've got a mini of the month from Mini Prints. They're nice enough to send us out a Mini Prints every single month. So I'm going to do a mail call / unboxing for you. We're going to do a Keeping Track Rewind where we talk about everything that happened on Keeping Track. Month in review. We'll talk about the month, July. July is almost over, Mark. Are you ready to go back to work?
Yeah. Don't say the S word, please.
I almost did. I almost said a swear. Uh-oh. We got the streamer schedules for next month, the month of August. That means July's over. Almost. We've got some announcements and upcoming shows that we want to talk about. And of course, this month's special, which we are dubbing as the Tank Car Show. And we're going to play a game tonight, too. I love it when we play games because it always puts Mark on the spot. I love putting Mark on the spot. So if you guys want to play along from home, stick around. Hey, Luca, how's it going? All right. So how has your month been, Mark?
Fast. Went by fast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's Lily?
She's dying to come in here. I'm in the train room, and she's dying to come in to see what I'm doing, but I'm not letting her in, which is killing me.
So we've got a mini of the month here. Bernard switched up. He added a different sticker. I like this. I kind of want to get this blown up, actually. This one's cool. It says, "Caution, beware miniature trains. I want it blown up and possibly put onto a t-shirt.
Nice.
Possibly. I don't know. On the wall, possibly. That's cool.
That's very well done. Yeah.
I like that. July's mini of the month. Okay. So, of course, if you do join the mini of the month club, it's $29.99 US dollars. It gets shipped out on the 15th of every month. Included in every mini of the month package, you get an animal, a seasonal, and a mystery mini. The shipping is included in that $29.99. And if you are a subscriber of it, you also get 15% off at miniprints.com. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to crack this open. Bernard always does a great job of wrapping everything. You get the little plastic case, which keeps everything safe. And there's a little bubble wrap in there too. Very nice. I don't know where to start here. Okay. So most of this stuff is not on the website yet. We always get a first look. So within the next 24 to 48 hours, I'm sure most of this stuff will be popping up on the website for your consumption. If you don't want to get the mini of the month, you can always buy 1s and 2s and 3s, or if you just need a whole bunch of birds, you just buy the birds and they're on the website. So first up, we got a whole sheet here. It's a sheet of hubcaps. There's, let's see, there's 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you get a good amount there.
So is that seasonal?
This is, I would consider this.
July is hubcap month, you know.
Is it? No, it's not. You made that up.
Hubcap awareness month, isn't it?
I don't know.
No?
if it is, I think we might have to start that. Hubcap awareness. You know, needlessly, every single day, hubcaps get lost on highways.
Exactly.
Forgotten. Left in the dirt. Oh, I killed him. Oh, jeez. Unless he went to go get a hubcap. No? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I want to do this one next. This one's really cool because now you did a video recently. The house that Brian 3D printed.
the house that Brian built, yeah.
So he 3D printed a house for you, which was your parents' house.
Yeah.
And I urge everybody to go see his video, which was also a video that, not the video, but it's a project that we also did. You, Mike, and myself, collectively, we built it on the Sunday Brunch kit build as well.
Yeah.
Very nice building. That was your second one. Did you did 2?
Sorry, 1 second. I caved and let the dog in, and then she wants back out. So, But yeah, the first one I made was on your live show. I wanted to get a feel for it, test out some colors of paint, glues, and the second one I made the video of, so I kind of knew what I was doing. So it turned out a lot better. Added more detail to this one. Yeah, it turned out really good. I really appreciate Brian's hard work on that one. He worked a lot, but many hours getting it just right. So I appreciate it.
Well, it came out really well, and I really I like both houses that you did. Did you find that the second one, it was like a bit easier knowing that you already knew what everything was? And
yeah,
I
knew what to expect, and I knew not to freak out if things didn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, you inspired me. I commented on your video. You inspired me because I don't have a residential section.
Okay.
So I think I might do a project in the near future where I make a diorama. I've been doing a lot of dioramas lately. I don't know if you've noticed, but I might do a diorama of the house with some of these in the backyard. We've got a little. Well, it's not a swing set. It's a. This here is a slide.
That's a seasonal.
This is the seasonal for sure.
Yeah.
Because I would never use one of these in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Another one that I would not use in the wintertime, or at all, probably because I'd probably break it, is a teeter-totter or a seesaw. What do you call it? Do you call it a seesaw, teetaw? Teeter-totter.
I think I call it a teeter-totter more than a seesaw.
If anybody knows the difference, because I know there's a difference between a catapult and a trebuchet, but is there a difference between a seesaw and what's the other one? Catapult? No, seesaw and a
Teeter-totter.
Teeter-totter. There we go. Stupid name. Teeter-totter. Anyways, that's cool. Then, while you're at the park in the heat, take a sip from a, what are they called? Water fountain. So there's two little heights there.
Cute.
One for the littles and one for the adults.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Almost looks like a double bird bath.
Yeah.
But he already has a bird bath. So you got the water fountain now. That's cool. And he was saying that one of his best sellers, and I'll show you because I have one. Well, I have a couple.
Hey, Rick.
One of his best sellers were the little garden chairs here, the little metal chairs.
Yes.
So what he did is he made some. Ooh, I dropped it. Butterfingers here. Okay. The longer reclining chairs. Where you put your feet up, sit in the sun.
The ones I always fell through as a kid.
Sorry?
The ones I always fell through those eventually. The straps kind of gave way.
Huh. So if we did a 3D printed mark and put it underneath this, only we will understand that. You, me, and everybody in the chat. It's an inside joke, and we're all part of it now.
Yeah.
But you get two, so that's cool.
Nice.
And of course, there's a little table as well. I didn't see that at first, but there's a little table to go between them, right? Because you got to put your lemonade on something. And while you're at the park, sipping your lemonade, going down your slide, trying out the teeter-totter, don't forget to throw away your waste in the public garbage can.
Nice.
These are the public style garbage cans. Very cool.
Well done. I like that.
Yeah, Lee calls them lounge chairs, which is 100% correct. I don't even remember what I called them. Reclining chairs?
Yeah, they recline.
Yeah, that's why I'm not allowed to name things. We've got one more here. Well, technically two. Because we haven't seen the animal yet, right?
Oh, that's right. There's always a mystery, seasonal, and animal.
So this one stole my dinner because it's a bear.
Oh, that was a raccoon.
it's a very large raccoon holding a salmon. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see that salmon in its mouth.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's cool. Yeah. And then you get, I don't know if that's baby bear or mama bear, but the other one was, I think it was mama bear.
Good,
you know what? Hey?
Good for a campsite scene.
Yeah. Or if you have a stream, put the bear in the stream because they'll go right in there, right? It won't be that deep, right? It'll be like just, toes in the water. But that's pretty cool. I don't have any bears yet, so that's neat. And then there's two watchers as well. This guy is waving. Saying, hey, how's it going? And
waving at the bear?
Probably waving at the bear. Isn't that what you would do? You'd wave at the bear. Hey, how's it going? You took my salmon.
I'm doing this. No.
Quick, don't look like dinner. And this one has what looks like he's holding on a camera. So he's probably taking a photograph of the other guy waving at the bear. Now, you can set your own scene, but that's probably what I would do. But that was this month's Mini of the Month. Thanks again, Bernard, for sending those out. And I'm going to put them to use real soon. Because
great.
we're talking the whatchamacallit, diorama. I want to do that diorama. So
I had diorama last night. Not good.
Must have been that bean I had for dinner. So we were watching Keeping Track just before this. Keeping Track is a monthly show I do. Usually it's about 30 minutes, 45 minutes long, depending on the content and what I'm doing. I had some Railfan clips, but I don't know if anybody noticed. The first clip was something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to take a Railfan clip, take the train that's in that clip, and then run it in HO scale. So I don't know if anybody noticed, but the exact train that was running, cars and everything, the Via F40 and the LRC cars, was exact, except for the numbers. I don't have those numbers. I wasn't about to change them just for the illusion, but I hope that it kind of showed. Mark gets it. Mark gets it.
I want to do the same thing. I keep meaning to do that, but
it's tough because, you have to have, it's tougher with a freight train. Like if we were to do that ethanol train, I'd be done after 10 cars. Like, it's a dumbed down version of that. But we're all guilty of doing those challenges. The caboose challenge, the how many cars can you pull with one locomotive challenge. So I urge everybody to try that as a challenge. If you want to participate, if you take a Railfan clip and then add you driving a train that's as close as humanly possible to the train that you caught, then post it and tag me in it, and we'll see who does it. Also, I've been working, obviously, with my oldest son on the dioramas. Again, with the dioramas. Sorry, everybody. It's good practice, I swear. But this was part 3 of that, and we're getting closer to the end. Does anybody want to hire him to do ballast? I heard that you're looking for someone to do ballast, Mark. Yeah. I can't promise that it'll be to your specs, but he can give it the college try.
That's fine. I have some Pop-Tarts I can give him.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He said something about he only works for tacos and pizza. Okay. So I don't know. Possibly. And of course, there was just some other Railfanning clips in there as well. It's summer. We're getting out there. We're Railfanning. Mike was out there. We were watching live the other day when he caught that awesome train at night. It's if anybody else missed it, go back and watch Trackside Mike's live from what day was that? That was Tuesday night, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I want to say it was Tuesday night. So many locomotives going to scrap, all in one train. So crazy. Sorry, I had a energy drink, so now I'm like flying. Did you know that next month, August, has 5 Thursdays?
I did not know that. What does that mean, Chris?
That means how much energy can you have about an extra Thursday in a month? Unless you get paid every Thursday, there's no other reason to get excited. Yeah. Oh, wait. But there is. Because Dave Coe will be joining us hosting Third Rail Thursday.
Shut up.
Okay.
I'll take over now. Dave Coe is coming back again. It's awesome.
Can't get rid of him.
Every month should have 5 Thursdays, no?
Yeah, sure.
It's a good thing.
It's a little bit more work. Longer to get to the end of the month, of course, but
yeah, true.
But we always enjoy when Dave comes back. because you never know when he's going to not come back and take a hiatus for a long time and switch scales. And
I know.
He's nutty. So Dave Co will be over on his channel August the 3rd. Then we'll be over on Tim's channel, They Make It Like That, August 10th. Then we'll be back here, because you couldn't get rid of me if you paid me, August 17th. And then we'll be on Mark's channel over on August 24th. What are you going to do for 4 weeks? Well, 3 and it's in another 4 weeks, man.
August 24th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you're okay with that. I assumed as much.
I'm free that day.
You're free. If you want to, you can always let me know. We can switch. I'll wait till the 17th. It doesn't matter.
That's good.
But we'll be back here on August 31st, the last day of the month, for keeping track in GVO After Dark, of course.
Yeah.
But there's more. Don't forget, every Monday night, Trackside Mike and Dundas Junction James have Off the Rails Monday. And that's always at 7 o'clock. And it's either going to be on Mike's channel or James's channel. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's on James's channel this Monday coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. I went last week, so it'll be James.
Yes.
Always a fun time on that show.
Oh, man. And James is so close to building his layout, too. So, he's either going to unbox something else that he got, show us the sticker, or possibly an update on the layout. So, it'll be good. It'll be good. And, of course, Cab Crew Wednesdays. I don't know who's up this week, but Cab Crew Wednesdays. So, watch it.
You say Hubcap Wednesdays?
Hubcap Wednesdays?
Just for July, right? Just for July.
That only in July do we have Hubcap Wednesdays. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as everybody's aware, we're already creating a solution to the problem. So awareness is important. So we've got a few announcements this month. Last year, August, early August, I think it was, or was it mid-August? It was near the end of August. We collectively had a barbecue, and we did it trackside, and there was a bunch of people that came out to that, and we caught a lot of trains that day too.
Yeah,
you couldn't plan for something like that. It just happens, and we were very fortunate to see all the cool stuff that we saw that day.
Yeah.
But we're doing it again this year. This time it's September the 3rd. And it's in Smiths Falls, Ontario. I'll be there.
I'll be there too.
Oh God. I was waiting for you to be like, you know what? I've got an appointment with some people and some stuff that day. I just can't do it. I was like,
I'll stop by for like 5-10 minutes, make an appearance, and then
All right. Well, yeah, because you only do appearances, right?
That's right.
Last time he showed up wearing a Thomas the Tank Engine outfit, his choo-choo, right? And then he took off. As quick as he appeared, folks, he disappeared into the mist, and he was gone. Everyone was like, where'd he go? And I'm like, I don't know. But it'll be a good time. So if you're in the area, of course, stop by. And the Otter Valley Manufacturer Open House, September 16 in Tillsonburg, Ontario. There'll be a lot of different manufacturers that'll be showing off different products that are coming out, stuff that they've got samples for and whatnot. Otter Valley has a few announcements on the way, so it'll be a good time. I'll probably be down for the weekend, just like I was last year. Yeah. So don't miss out. There's going to be a bunch of us there. So, and of course, I know it's like 5 months away, but I am so excited because I missed out this past year, the Amherst Railroad Show in Springfield, Missouri. No, Massachusetts. Is it Massachusetts? Am I saying it right?
MASS period.
Mass. Sprangfield. So we'll be in Sprangfield, and the show this year, or technically next year, because it's after New Year's. It's at the end of January.
Yeah.
The 27th and 28th. Last year or this year, early on this year, Heath did a YouTube meet and greet. I don't know if he's planning on going again. I don't know if he's planning a meet and greet. I got to speak with him, see if he's going to and whatnot. If he's not, then I'll set something up and we'll do a meet and greet in Springfield, because I don't ever go to the States for any reason, but I will for this. So we'll set that up. So besides the building, besides the house that you were working on, have you been working on the layout at all?
No. I keep meaning to. I walk in there, I'm like, okay, today's the day. Look around. I'll do it tomorrow. It's pretty crowded in here. So maybe next week.
Maybe
next week. Yeah.
Hopefully. But you've been doing some rail fanning, though. I see that you caught a Via Rail Charger.
Yeah, and that was just by chance. My wife and I went to the Walmart in the train yards, and I glanced across to the train station. I saw it parked there, and my wife's like, let's go. We'll do Walmart after. So we drove over there and caught it leaving the station. It's pretty cool. First time seeing it up live and close.
I'm so envious. I feel like I'm the only one who hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, I gotta say.
Is it as big and amazing as all the pictures?
Majestic. It's majestic.
Very majestic.
We were there again today. We just drove by. We didn't stop, but we drove by and it was parked there again today. So
it's still there.
Yeah. Is there just one train, or is there a couple?
I think we've received at least 5 units.
Okay.
I want to say I know it's more than 3, but
yeah,
it might be 5. I don't know where they all are, though. They probably head out to Montreal, because I think that's where the head office is, and they got to do all their stuff with it, paperwork. So, but I've been working a lot on the layout this past month or so, doing a lot of work on the top level. I think that's the general direction to which I'm going. Of course, you guys will see most of that when I do a 3-year recap for my. Yeah, it's crazy, because 3 years ago I moved into this house. I had already roughly had an idea of what I wanted to build, and because I've also been working from home, like I literally work right over there, like 10 feet away. So being that close to the layout, it's been very, very convenient, more or less, to I'll be on break and I'll go and chip away at something, or I'll solder something together, build a kit. I can build a kit right here, and it happens. But yeah, I'm very fortunate. But I'm really excited to get some of these guys over, because I know that Mike and James, when they come down for the barbecue, they're down for the whole weekend. So I do believe that the 2 of them will be coming over, I want to say, on the Saturday, and they'll get to run trains. And knowing them, they'll either, do a live or record something. So that'll be fun, because they're yet to do that. You're welcome to come back.
Your snacks, eh?
Yeah. It's fun. And besides that, I mean, I've been so busy in the summertime, probably more busy than I ever have. Obviously with family and whatnot. And family took a trip to Toronto a few weeks ago, and I saw nothing but trains, like trains everywhere. I saw a Grand Trunk, which I never thought I'd see in person. So that's fun. And then your normal Via and Go, because, they follow me everywhere.
Of course.
But I've also been doing some graffiti and weathering throughout the month there on the Sunday brunch kit build, and I'll show you. So I wanted to do a replica of a real car. So I took one of the Otter Valley trash gondolas. So this is the one I did, and I found the prototypical picture for it, and I did all the graffiti down the side, and then I weathered it almost almost prototypically. Again, I'm not professional, but I did all the patch outs along the bottom and the top as well. Mike and I had a lot of fun doing that throughout the month. And of course, I did this one as well. This is a car that I started last month, my AWOL car, and I weathered it, and I added my little toast. and the do you get that? You see that?
Nice.
Yeah. I like finding pictures online and then trying to emulate or replicate in a smaller scale. It's fun. I like doing that. But yeah, lots more to go. And then of course we've got the 3-year roundup video that should be hitting the tube first week of August. So watch for that. Do you have any videos that are coming up?
Well, I'm very tempted. I joked about my live show last week, but I'm very tempted to do a review on a sweet cutting mat that I got.
It does look sweet.
What's that?
It does look sweet.
Yeah.
I think you should. For someone such as myself who makes a lot of kits, and also someone such as myself who doesn't want to cut up my table, I would find it informative to know where I could find a mat like that and how good it is.
So that's in the works right now. I have footage for a later update. I just had to edit it. So hopefully that's coming, before summer's end. But other than that, yeah.
Did you want to do a shameless plug for Lily? We appreciate Lily here at the channel. So,
well, it's not train related, so I feel bad. But
if I post another picture of my cat or my cat next to my layout, she's not really train related, but it happens.
Yeah.
The people love Lily, so
some do.
What is the name of the channel?
Lily the Boston Terrier. Right now it's just shorts. She doesn't know how to edit full video, so she just kind of hands me the phone and says, "Here, record me. I'm gonna do something silly."
Well, support is support, and that's what we do here in the community. So if you guys are big dog people, then go check it out. Because if Mark's making the video or if Lily's making the video, then it's going to be good anyways. So. But the real reason we're here today is for the tank cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you like tank cars so much?
Good question. Probably the detail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, there's no other real reason. Maybe the colors. Yeah, that's... I don't have a cool answer for you. Sorry.
It's fine. I was hoping for an origin story of some sort, but
there's nothing.
Unless unless you got one, that's fine. That's fine. I do have some information / facts about tank cars, okay. Which I know some people will be like, "You're wrong," but that's okay because I'm not perfect. So I'm going to keep this as loose as possible so that if you tell me I'm wrong, then I'd have to be pretty far off to be wrong here. Some things that you can find in a tank car. So we've got ferric chloride, chlorine, sulfuric acid, ethanol, and ethylene glycol, and even molten sulfur. These are just some of the things that tank cars will carry. Head plates, which are, I'm going to show you, because not every tank car has these, but this model does. So head plates, which is, and of course it's a white car, so you can't see it. It's a plate that's right here. Looks like a shield. Head plates have been added to the ends to avoid punctures. So if there's a derailment and something hits it, it essentially blocks it from it piercing the actual tank car.
Ah.
Special couplers called shelf couplers are fitted to tank cars. And in case of derailment, they're locked together so that if there is a derailment, it won't puncture the car if there's no shield, right? The coupler from the other car won't hit it. Yeah. So they basically lock.
Okay.
Candy stripe cars refer to a solid white car with a horizontal stripe down the center. And those are usually, they have the most dangerous stuff inside. So they say if you see the candy stripe cars and there's a derailment or, an explosion of some sort, get out of there because they are the most dangerous. Just saying.
Okay.
Cars hauling hazardous materials have 4 hazmat place cards, and it's basically on one here, and then one here, and one here. So 2 on each side, 2 at each end, basically. Some of the here we go. A box car, usually a box car, at both ends of tank cars. So if you have a whole slew of tank cars, kind of like in that video that I showed in Keeping Track there, right after the locomotive, there was a box car. And after all the tank cars, there was another box car. These are referred to as buffer cars. Again, it's to avoid any sort of thing hitting the tank cars.
Yeah.
You'll hit the box car first, basically. Now, there's also, because of the Canadian winter and how cold it gets up in Canada, there's actually pipes that run along the tank cars that pump hot water through it so that the contents don't freeze.
Oh.
Yeah, which is really neat. Again, it gets cold up in Canada, so you don't want your tank cars to froze, so that helps. So let's talk a little bit about the models themselves, because you can find a lot of different manufacturers that make a lot of different types of cars. We have a few, I have a few, and Mark has a few on hand as well that we're going to show you. We'll show you some of the differences. So let's start with, you have an Atlas one, right? You have Atlas?
I do.
Perfect. I thought I had an Atlas. Turns out I do not have an Atlas. So when we're talking Atlas, you can find them in both HO and N scale. The price for Atlas ones are usually about $41. Keeping in mind the prices that I'm giving you are typically Otter Valley prices. So if you're like, well, my guy sells it for way more, it's because you're buying from the wrong guy. So I'm going to give you the Otter Valley price. So yeah, most Atlas tank cars, roughly. Also, this is Canadian pricing. Sorry, I should mention that. Canadian pricing. Those are about $41 on average. It's a very, not too expensive, not inexpensive, but you've got a lot of really good detail there. Typically, you'd find like the 17,000 gallon or, ballpark 17.3, something like that. And I do believe that the N scale ones come standard with the Atlas coupler, and I do believe the HO ones come with a. Does that one have a shelf coupler or no?
You know what? I can't remember if I replaced these or.
because it is an Atlas, and I know we're not huge fans of Atlas couplers, but
Can you tell from there?
Turn it the other way.
Like that?
Oh wait, okay, never mind. It was the other way. Turn it the other way. That does not look like a shelf coupler, because the shelf coupler, it has, you can tell because it has a little piece that sticks up right on top of it.
Okay, yeah. No, it's not a shelf coupler.
Okay. So yeah, you probably get the standard Atlas coupler with that. Same with the N scale, which you can find like they've got a 6-pack of the 31,000 gallons for $204. Not a bad price, but sometimes when people are paying upwards of like $50 for a car, you want it to be as prototypical as possible or as close to the real thing. I've always found that Atlas does a really good job at detailing, but how accurate are they?
Yeah. If someone handed me this and said, here's a car from not Atlas, I'd be like, oh, yeah, right, this is not Atlas. Because it's had good detail. The couplers don't look like Atlas couplers. I may change them. I'm embarrassed to say I'm not sure what I did with these. But this is on the layout right now, and I boxed a bunch of my rolling stock because of room, and they weren't cutting it. But this one I think is okay for Atlas. I know Roger posted the couplers are a problem, and yeah, usually the Atlas couplers are a drag, but this one I think is okay.
And as far as detailing goes, that one has a lot of piping and whatnot to it.
Yeah. I don't think it was very expensive. I'm not again. I don't know where I got this. When I bought it, it was a gift.
What's the reporting mark on that one?
The
name.
LSI.
LSI. Oh, okay. I don't know if I have that one. I don't know. That's
L6.
fine.
Okay, I think L6 means it's carrying 6 liters of fluid, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, that one looks really nice. I'm wondering if the railings on the top, though, are plastic or if they're like a metal.
Oh, they're probably plastic, yeah.
Next up, one of my favorites, anyways, Walthers. So I have an older one and I have a newer one. The older one, actually, Mark gifted it to me. I'm really happy with it. They roll really nice.
I did?
Yes, you did. Yeah, the Procore. Whoops.
Huh. Okay. That's Walthers. What the?
You have one too.
I do have one.
Twinning. Yeah. Uh-oh. That almost ended up on the floor. It rolled away. Okay, I'm good. Okay, so the Walthers has 2 different types. So they've got the Walthers mainline and then the Walthers Proto series. Just like, all the other cars they have, their locomotives as well. So the Walthers mainline, which typically does tend to be a little bit cheaper, they do have some 25,000 gallon with the that are $39 roughly, where you'd be paying closer to $55 for a Proto. Now this one's a Proto. And,
no, is it?
Yep.
This one's Proto?
Even this one. Yep. And this one here as well is a Proto. These just came out recently.
Yeah.
James got a couple of these because he saw mine and he's like, oh, I need to have 2 of those. So he bought 2. This feels
too light to be a Proto.
No, they're the same. These are basically the exact same car, except the rail. Oh wait, maybe I got it backwards.
I'm gonna look mine up. I think I wrote it down somewhere.
Yep, these are the exact same cars, just 2 different colors.
Really?
So okay. Yep. I love my Procore. You see it a lot in North America. So when I saw this green one, I had to have it. Now, in some cases, the color doesn't matter too much. Some, like these ones, Brendan was telling me that these ones were painted green specifically for a certain type of chemical. But in most cases, the owner of the car or whoever owns the lot of cars will typically just paint them whatever. Yeah. That's why most of them are just black or white. I think most of them are black in color because it's like, why are you going to go out of your way to paint it some fancy color like that if it's just carrying like crude oil or something? But typically, it doesn't matter what color it is for what's inside.
Yeah.
And I think these are going to run away. They're totally going to run away. No, they're not. Okay, they're good.
Will you give me a box of that white Procar car?
I don't think so. I think you said, I got you a tank car, but there's no box.
Yeah.
Unless
I have Walther's question mark. If you say it's proto, then I won't argue with that.
There is a box. I believe it's a gray box, or grayish silver, which is their proto.
Okay. Bub says that the Walther's Gold line was rebranded as Walther's Proto,
which is their tan box with the red and blue striping.
Yeah.
Ish.
I think I bought these off of Jack a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Hence no box.
You know what? I think I might have a box. I might be joshing you on the whole no box thing. I think I do have a box somewhere. But all my boxes are like put away. So as soon as I get something new, I'm like, rip it out of the packaging, throw it on the layout. Want to see how she looks and how she runs, you know?
Yeah. So do away with their train line?
No.
They have train line, main line, and proto, correct? Or is that?
I think the train line is the main line.
They're the same line? Train line, the main line, the same line? Bubs will know. Bubs, answer that question.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the train line is the main line, but it's for the trains, I think. But I've also seen trains labeled as main lines, so.
Because I had it.
If that makes sense.
I bought some train line cars. Where are they?
Okay, so he's saying that there is a train line, there is a main line, and a proto.
They're train line, main line, and protos. No, there's a difference. Yeah. Train line is like the very low quality.
So then it must be less than the because the main line is about $39, where the proto, which is what I have here, the ones I showed, they're closer to like $55 a piece. The only thing I don't like, but at the same time I do like, so I'm conflicted. So they're not Proto Max. Oh no, sorry. They are Proto Max couplers, which is typical for Walthers. I love Proto Max couplers.
Yeah.
But they're not the shelf couplers.
Oh.
So it's a tough call because they do not look like shelf couplers at all.
This is from Van Horn, the place in Montreal. So this is really old. This is ready to roll. It doesn't even have a line on it, but I think these have plastic wheels. So I'm thinking this is the train line series because they're very, very light cars, plastic wheels, and weren't too expensive. I mean, $45 for two.
Well, that's not bad because that's 22 a piece, right? Something like that, 22, 23 a piece.
But they're super light and again plastic wheels, so you get what you pay for.
Would you compare it to like Atlas Blue Box or Athearn Blue Box?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, just with fancier packaging. Well, with the Walthers, like I said, Protomax couplers, but they run really well, and they've got a good amount of weight to them.
This is my Walthers Proto. Love it.
That's a Proto?
One of my favorites, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All sides there, the ends.
Not cheap.
No. What is your cutoff as far as tank car pricing here? Because when we're looking at tank cars, and I'm just talking about a single car, not like a 2-pack or, when you buy a 6-pack, you get a 6-pack for like $300. But
yeah,
for an individual car in Canadian dollars, what is your, I'm not spending more than that amount?
Well, I'd probably say like $50, between 40 and 50.
Well, it's probably because that at $50 or ballpark, you're still getting a really good car.
Yeah.
With most of the ones that I don't mind, like the Rapido, they were $55 a piece, just like the Walthers. So this is a Rapido, and they did these in both HO and N scale. So with Rapido, $55 for an HO and about $36 for an N scale. Now I'm giving you the N scale information as well, but I don't really have any, stake in this as far as N scale goes. It's just, if you want it, you want it. If you don't, it's like whatever. Yeah. I don't even know if the N scale versions of these are good in that sense, or if they have shelf couplers. These ones, unlike the Walthers, do have the shelf couplers. They do have the little locking mechanism. And I find them ridiculously hard to get apart when they are on the track. That's how you know. I can't, I've never tried it with that little thing that Dave has where it goes down and you just kind of wiggle. I haven't tried with one of those yet. Have you?
No. I boxed all my Rapido ones because, like Roger said, they all squeak and they squeal. And I was like, I'm going to box them up and I'll do it later. I'll grease them up later, like oil them. I don't have one on my layout. They're all boxed away.
That's something else that I found with these that I don't know what it is, but I've oiled them. They were fine for like a week. And then it comes back and it's a gradual thing and it just gets worse and worse. And then you're like, do I really have to oil these like once a month? And it's like, you shouldn't have to.
And they're not cheap.
No. So at like $55 a car, hypothetically, I would go with the Walthers over the Rapido.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's something that they'll look into later on and change that. They're really well detailed. And
oh, I know. Yeah.
Just like most of their other stuff, the underside has not been left out. Yeah. So they're really nice. I love the Procore, but then when you get something like this, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, and I love the color. I think it's the color that got me because I saw it in you know how Walthers does those magazines every single month?
Yeah.
This is what's coming. And then I saw the green and I saw it right away and I'm like, I'm going to buy that. I will find you and I will purchase you and I will run you on my layout. But yeah, and James saw the same thing that I did. He saw mine and he's like, yeah, absolutely. So,
and those don't have the shelf coupler, you said, right?
Yeah, even though they don't have the shelf coupler, I mean, I could, but the Protomax are already such a good coupler.
Yeah.
That I don't find a need in that case to really swap them out. I don't have to. I don't care that much. But what's another one that you have? So let's go with the BLI because these ones are really weird. You've got one of the cryogenic tank cars.
Let me pull it out of the box here. Again, I boxed it away just because I have no room, but take it out of the box.
So this is an HO scale car that will go as well we're looking at the $55 price point. Now, I don't have too much information on it, so we'll just go off of what we're looking at here as far as when Mark pulls it out of the box.
So I think it's the only Broadway Limited import piece of rolling stock or engine.
one of the earliest shows that we did as far as GVO After Dark.
Yeah.
We did an unboxing of these cars, which was really cool.
It's very nice. Good weight. The couplers worked well, if I remember correctly. Again, a bit too long for my layout, and it just didn't have room for it. But I liked it. It's very heavy, actually.
The ribbing detail along the side is really nice as well, because you'll see that on a box car and whatnot, not normally on a tank car, and they've added it to the tank car, and it looks really nice. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but I don't know too much about the cryogenic tank cars that I could really tell you, well, that's what it's for.
This says refrigerated liquid argon.
That's as much as I know. But they look really nice, well detailed and whatnot. Did those ones squeak?
No.
No?
No.
They are nice looking, and you know, it's Broadway limited, right? So they're really good at adding detail when necessary. You know, I normally, if I'm dealing with Broadway limited, I'd probably deal with them as far as with like steam locomotives, right? Because that's what they do. That's their bread and butter. But
they're still around, right? They're not defunct yet?
No, they're there. They're there. And you know, when it comes to Broadway limited, they don't really make a lot that I would be interested in personally.
Yeah.
So I never really pick up Broadway limited stuff or get excited for that. So I mean, they put out an SD40 that was O&R, but it was an American prototype as opposed to it being accurate for the Canadian SD40. So it was kind of disappointing when that happened, but what can you do, right?
What can you do?
Roger is scared of BLI. Why are you scared of BLI? Is it because they put out amazing steam locomotives and it's like that price tag though? You get what you pay for, that's for sure. Now, you wouldn't happen to have any Intermountain tank cars, would you? Because I do not.
I don't think so. No, let me just check my roster real quick here. I don't think so.
Well, while you're checking, Intermountain, they do obviously both N scale and H. So for N scale, the average price is about $24 for an 8,000 gallon, or an HO average price is about $45, so a little bit less than these, and that's for a 19.6 thousand gallon tank car. I don't have any information as far as if they've got shelf couplers or any of that, because I don't have any, and I don't think Mark does either. I've never really looked into Intermountain tank cars personally. Again, very picky as far as these cars. That's why I do have mostly the Pro Core. So, Tangent. Do you have any Tangent tank cars?
No.
Tangent. They are very reputable, and they have been known to detail craziness on their cars. But with that, you of course get a higher price point of about $63 a tank car. A bit rich for my blood, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
For a tank car. That's for a 10,000 gallon tank car, and I do believe that most of those do come with KDs. Whether or not it has a shelf coupler, I am not too sure. Another big hitter here. Let's talk about Athearn for a minute, because Athearn's price point, everyone's going to find, is a bit higher than all these other guys. And they, of course, they have the low end, which is the roundhouse, and then the Athearn Genesis, which is when you're buying the Genesis line, you're getting, something much, much greater.
Yeah.
So that's old Genesis. I know you have some of those newer box ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, Roger, with the tangent, I haven't really seen anything that I was all like, oh, I need to have that. But that's just me, right? Era is, a huge thing too. I think Mark might have do you have a Tycho tanker?
Probably, but not. It's packed away.
Ah, you were just bringing out the big boys today, right?
Yeah. I probably found one actually. Well, this. This is probably Tycho. That came in a box set, I think.
Probably had plastic coupler or.
Well, it's Bachmann.
Oh, it is Bachmann. Well, yeah. Yeah, roughly. So it's like, plastic wheels, plastic trucks, and maybe the horn hook. Might have had a horn hook at one point on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those, I mean, like, if you're looking to fill up on something like that, you could always go to train shows. Yeah, you're normally buying them secondhand. $5 a car, $10 a car. If you're paying more than $10 a car, you're probably paying too much. But
yeah.
So
these Athearn tank cars, I boxed away because they're a pain in the butt to uncouple. But now you're saying that they're uncouple, or they're hard to uncouple because of the
shelf coupler.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I thought it was an Athearn thing, but I guess you can't really see it there.
Yep. Yeah, you can see see that little nubbin on the top of the coupler?
Yeah.
Yep.
So they hook great with each other, but other cars, they're a pain in the butt.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So I boxed them up. But I love them. I like the detail. They run well. Just the coupling was a pain in the butt.
So when we're looking at Athearn, of course, so the Roundhouse cars, they average at about $37, which is, your lower price point, but still not that bad of a car, would you say? Because you've got both actually. So
I love my
you love your Athearn. Okay.
Yeah.
So even with the Roundhouse, you're getting the metal wheels, metal couplers. I do believe that both Roundhouse and Genesis will have the shelf couplers, which is sticking true to the proto-realism of it side.
Yeah, this is heck. I think you might got this one for me.
Probably, yeah. I think that looks like one that I got you. I saw that red stripe and I was like, woo. I wanted it, but I'm like, no, I got to live vicariously through you with this, because at that time you're the tank car guy, so that's all you. Ooh. You almost dropped it. So when we're looking at price points, yeah, the Roundhouse $37, and the Genesis. So that's one of the Genesis.
Correct.
You're looking at about $61. For one of those, but there's more, because I found some that are brand new that are roughly about $74 for one tank car.
Oh my god!
Which again, very rich for my blood.
Yeah.
I still, believe me or don't believe me, but I still complain at $55 for, even something that's amazing and I'm totally happy with. I'm still like, $55 for a tank car.
Is that with tax?
No, that's before tax.
Oh my god.
I let the tax man sit this one out. I don't want to stress people out. I know that tax, of course, in the US, Canada, and then even in Canada going into Quebec, the tax thing is totally, I don't talk tax, just because it's so everywhere. So I just give you the bare bones, round it to the nearest dollar of whatever Canadian dollar I can find as far as whatever OVR offers or what I've known them to go for.
Yeah.
But yeah, $74 for a Athearn, and I do believe it was a Genesis as well, a 33,900 gallon tank car. So, bit much, but they do look great, right? I mean, there's a reason why you like your tank cars.
Exactly.
So, let's dive into this.
Okay, before you start your game, I want to test Bubs to see if he knows who makes this car. Because for Bachmann and Tycho, you look at the bottom, you know who makes it. This one I can't find a name, and I forget who makes this one. So I just want to see if Bubs can identify it. Just by looking at it and see if he can.
Oh, I know who makes that.
Really?
Yes.
Man. I have an idea who makes it, but I'm just going to double check my roster here. Let's see. This is.
I want to say that's an Atlas.
Yeah?
I want to say that's an Atlas.
What number is this one?
And I think I got that for you.
Probably. I can't find a number on it. 194537. 537. Sorry, give me a second here. Shoot, it's on my list.
And Roger, you're absolutely right. And the same thing goes for every other car and locomotive and whatnot. You know, when you consider how much work goes into making any of this stuff, like just the amount of detail and whatnot. And I think a lot of people forget that when, let's say, if something comes in and there's errors with it, or if it's not prototypical, you know, if it doesn't run the greatest, it's like, not only are these all mostly made by hand, but like this tank car here, because there was about 6 numbers made, you know, there has to be thousands of them made technically in order for them to do that. So every single one is made by hand. And it's like, not every single one is going to be perfect. So cut manufacturers some slack, I guess. I don't know. You know, it happens. Now, one of the ones that I see your Athearn, but have you experienced, and I'm telling you it's an experience, because you don't just run this tank car, you experience this tank car. It's a whole ordeal. And I think up until this point, no, I know as a fact up until this point, I have never purchased anything from Scale Trains.
I have a locomotive secondhand from Scale Trains. It's nice, I gotta say.
So, and there's a bit of a story to this.
Okay.
So the story is as follows. So they announce some tank cars, blah, 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 blah. They come in. They are less than thrilled with whatever. Even to this day, I'm not 100% sure what it is that they were completely not thrilled with as far as QC.
Okay.
They make a video admitting there was some issues with these cars. We are going to give you 2 options. We're going to rerun these cars and do them correctly, make sure they meet the quality standards, and you can push your pre-order to those cars. Totally fine. We apologize. Very honorable, I should say. Very honorable. But we're going to sell these at 50% off. Bam! I'm like, yes. Yes, sir. I'll take another. Now, it's a gamble, right? Because you have no idea what's wrong with it. Cosmetically, I'm okay with that because I'm going to weather them and put graffiti on them anyways.
Yeah.
So if there's a cosmetic defect, whatever, you're not going to see it anyways, or it's going to look like part of the car. If it's more of a function thing, then we've got a problem.
Yeah.
And like I've said with anything else, whether it's a locomotive or a piece of rolling stock or whatever, if its main function is to get from point A to point B, and it can't do that, I don't want it. Right? That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you know, we've taken cars off of our layouts at one point or another because it doesn't stay coupled, because it keeps derailing itself, because it doesn't play nice with all the other cars and all that stuff. And you're like, why? Or it's gross or something. I don't know. Everyone has their reasons. But I tried it out, and there was nothing wrong with it, except there was only one thing that I could find. And Bubs was nice enough to order these for us. So shout out to Bubs, because he's our scale trains guy. If you need anything scale trains and you live in Canada, which is far away from scale trains and far away from any other store that really offers scale trains.
Yeah.
He was nice enough to order some in for myself and for Mike. I didn't know if you'd want any or not. I know you got lots of tank cars. You know what? I've got Mike's still here. If you want Mike's, you can fight him for it when you see him in September there. So what I found, well, Bubs was here too. So we gave him the once over because I'm sure he was curious as well. So these, I got two because I'm very curious. If you spend hundreds of dollars on these tank cars and they don't work function wise, then I'm out that money, and I'm like, I won't be thrilled. It's a risk. It's a gamble. These are the rivet counter. So the rivet counter normally go for, and now I have to switch over to my US price because they're mostly only available in US.
Okay.
So for the operator, which has less detail and blah, 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 they're about $28 US. So all the cars that they were selling, $14 US per car. How can you say no to that? Even in US dollar, because you know that's going to switch to Canada, and it's about, what, $18, $19 a car there for an operator? Still really good cars. The rivet counter, $43 US, which changes to about $55, $60 Canadian. 50% off, $30, right? So it's about a $25 to $30 car. Got two of them. My only issue, of course, is that you convert it to Canadian. You have it imported. And then, whoop, I went blurry again. Tank car. There we go. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So then, you convert it to Canadian, and then, if there's duties and taxes and all that fun stuff. So I think in total for the two cars, it was about $45 a car, I think, at that point. It was like, no, because then there was, Bubs would probably know better, but I think it came out to about $55 to $60 per car for one rivet counter car. Again, that's pretty average, but it would be way more if you bought it without that 50% off part. And I can definitely see why. Like, they do have the shelf couplers. They have on the operator, they don't have them, but on the rivet counter, they do have the roller bearing caps, which is the new thing that everybody loves. I love that blue. I don't know what it is. Yeah, they stick out.
Very nice.
And you see them turn when when
Really,
it's
eh?
rolling. Yeah. Yep. And of course, undercar detail. Car's really nicely weighted, and I do believe these are metal, or the metal piping, as opposed to plastic on a lot of the other ones. Now,
This is your first piece of Scale Trains equipment?
yeah, and they killed it.
Nice.
So I'll show you what it was that we found that was wrong. Now, I had to glue a piece, not a huge deal. Bubs had his accelerator on him, so it literally took 20 seconds to fix both of these cars that had the exact same issue. And I'm just going to tilt this down for a second so you guys can see. Okay. Can you see? You can see okay?
Yeah,
okay,
perfect.
So this piece here, because this is a whole platform here, right, where the person will stand. This was not attached to this. So this was moving, like it was sticking out. It didn't keep the car from rolling. It didn't change how it moved or anything like that, but I didn't like that it was loose. So we put a dab of glue there. I pushed it down. He sprayed it with the accelerant, and then it held.
Nice.
That was literally it.
Wow.
And it was the exact same thing on both cars, because like I said, I've got two of these. And
I didn't notice that.
I don't even know how I noticed that, because I'm like, I don't have a lot of these cars that I can say, okay, well, here, I'm going to compare this one to another one.
Yeah.
So Split Rock is asking if I have an industry set for all these tank cars. I do. I run ethanol. And all the cars that I'm using, I'm specifically using as ethanol cars. That's how I have it. How I have it set up. But yeah, these ones, again, they have the shields at the end, which is prototypical, which is great. And all the numbers are crisp. We've got numbers on the top, on the side, on the ends, and even the little placards. So you got the little placard right there. You see that little? I don't even know if you can see that or not. Because it's so. There we go.
Oh, nice.
It's neat. And of course, those roller bearing caps, which are only on the rivet counter.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So as far as price goes, and all these different cars and whatnot, the Scale Trains, I mean, they knocked it out of the park regardless of,
No kidding.
the issues that they had. When it comes to proto-realism, they're spot on, and they spare no expense for making sure that it's on there. Same with Athearn. Athearn, theirs are very, very well done, as Mark has showed us as well, because they've got everything. They put everything on there. They're starting to add more of the roller bearing caps to their stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But, I don't think you have any yet. No.
I haven't bought a new piece of rolling stock since I don't know. That's how long ago it's been. No idea. I can't remember the last thing I bought rolling stock wise.
So my advice is, if you're looking for a lot of cars at a reasonable price that you'll be happy with, go with the Walthers Proto. That's my suggestion. $55. You're not totally breaking the bank, but you're still getting a really good car compared to others of the same price. If you spend a bit more, of course, you can get something like a Scale Trains or an Athearn, depending on what you like. I know a lot of people are very brand loyal as well. Brand loyalty is huge, and I know a lot of the manufacturers appreciate that because it's really what helps grows their business as well.
Yeah, for sure. This one's pretty.
What's that like? Oh yeah, okay. And I think that one has
what do you call them? Candy stripers?
Candy stripes, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love all those. You know, I want every color. Yours has a black stripe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have a black stripe one yet, so I need one of those.
Now, maybe someone in the chat could help me with this because I've heard a couple of different things, and I want to know if anybody knows the real answer. So, when it comes to a all-white car with a black stripe, I have heard that when you're going through a crossing or when the train's going through a crossing, they put the black stripe there just to let you know that there is indeed something there, opposed to it just being completely white. I don't know if that's accurate. It sounds like hooey, if you ask me, but
so you can see it in the snow.
Yeah, like, you know, because if it's a whiteout, right? Like if total whiteout, white tank car, you know, oh, I can't see anything. Oh, geez. Oh, look, there goes a black stripe. Okay. But like, it makes sense. But at the same time, it sounds, you know, that's like a stupid reason. I don't know. Again, I could be wrong. I don't know. I hear things. David.
The crossing arms are down, but I don't see a tank. I don't see any train going through. So I mean, let's try through anyway.
Yeah. I just know them as candy stripers, where, you know, the ones with the vertical stripe, they're the ones that carry the dangerous stuff. So, regardless, we're gonna play a game.
These are nice. That's sulfur.
Sulfur, yeah.
So I got the blue ones.
How many different colored stripes do you have? So you've got the red one, you got the blue one. You had a black car with tan.
That neon, you can see it right there. Kind of neon yellowish greenish line, maybe.
Yeah. Didn't you have an orange one?
I have all yellow. Orange?
I thought you had one with an orange stripe.
Just the rust, kind of. Just those there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's more like a red.
Yeah. I may have some packed away, but right now it's yeah.
Was it do you have more tank cars, or is that it?
I got lots, but they're all kind of the same. Like this, one of my favorite ones, I think this one's Athearn. To get out of here without crashing anything. Same color as the Rapido Procore.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Athearn. Let me double check my list if I can find this one. This is 3011. I have the worst falling system here.
Also, another one, I know we didn't really touch on it, but safety striping. Safety striping is huge.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people will add their own, so it's not a huge deal. But if you're looking for cars that already have the safety striping, yeah, the scale trains and the Rapido and a lot of the Athearn as well will have the safety reflective striping. What brand is that one?
So this is Athearn.
Athearn, okay.
Good weight. Has the couplers, the shelf couplers, as you call them.
Yep.
And yeah, again, run very well.
That one does look, that looks like a very standardized tank car. You know, just a normal. Here's a blank tank car. Yeah.
And it has the safety stripes on them.
Yep. The one thing I liked about the Rapido one, and I know you have some of these too, is that the Procore looks like it's patched out, which is very, very neat, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes the car itself not look like completely black, and yeah, I don't know. It's nice. It's a nice touch.
Game time?
Game time. Oh yeah. So for those of you who do want to play along, like obviously Mark's going to be giving me his answers, right? I'm going to be okay. So yeah, we'll start from the top. You're all welcome to play from home. Mark is going to need some help, and what I'm doing is I'm going to read off popular, I guess they're like road names or reporting marks for tank cars, specifically tank cars. And he's going to tell me what they are or who they are. And I'm dubbing this game Mark's Tanker Reporting Marks.
Clever.
I was up till like 3 a.m. and I had to call a friend and say, what do we think? I had to scrap it, start it over again. Either way. So I've got 12. I've got 12 of what I personally think are popular names.
Yeah.
And I'm going to help you out with this a little bit. Most of these that have the X at the end, it just ignore the X. Okay. So for the first one, IOX.
Iodine?
It's a name. It's not what it carries. It's So the reporting mark is IOX. What does IOX stand for?
I got a call.
Everybody in the chat can, if anybody in the chat knows too.
Like road name, like Canadian National, is that what you mean?
Yeah, like so in a case where if it was like a Canadian National box car, sometimes it would be like CN something.
Okay. IO. International something?
No. I'll give you 3 guesses, and you can also consult the chat as well. I don't know if anybody knows. I think everybody's stumped already. Keeping in mind, we want to think of it as though it's on a tank car. Right. If that helps at all.
IO. Indiana owns.
No. Okay, so I'll tell you what this one is. It's Imperial Oil. Imperial Oil.
So it's not like it's not train road names, or like it's just company names.
Company name. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Some of them might be leasing companies. Some of them might, that's why I'm saying this is you know what I mean? So I learned from doing this myself, and I have a bit more appreciation for it. Some of them I did know. I'm not gonna lie, I did know some of them. Not all of them though. So I'm like, really? That's what it stands for? That's stupid. Okay. But that's my thinking, right? That's just me. The next one, PROX.
Procore.
Bam! Procore. You didn't even have to think about it.
101, baby. 101.
That's the one I knew as well. It's stupid because it's like, I wonder what it stands for. Prox. I don't know. I don't think I have any of those. I feel like if I didn't know what that was, then I should just quit.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, very popular. I've had some of these cars, and I had no idea what it meant. ADMX.
ADM.
Anybody in the chat knows?
First one, American?
No.
No?
It's actually somebody's name.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah, which...
Alex DeMeo?
Sorry?
Alex DeMeo?
No. It is... Do you give up? Does anybody in the chat know? ADMX. Yeah. Well, there's an ADM, but it's most like I've seen ADMX on a lot.
Is it Archer Daniels Midland?
Yes, John. John for the win. You're tied with John now.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, you guys are great. That's awesome. And Bob's got it too, and Canadian Locomotive Logistics. You guys are great.
They Googled that one. They Googled it.
Oh, hardcore. Maybe they knew. This is a really popular one. I think a lot of people will know this one.
Okay.
But I'm keeping the harder ones for later, as if Archer Daniels Midland was an easy one.
Yeah.
Whatever. UTLX. UTLX.
Yeah. It's not utility, right?
No.
That's too obvious.
It's 3 words, just like UTL.
Oh, United?
Close. Union. And then T would be. What's the T stand for?
No. Tank car?
Yeah, Union Tank Car. There you go.
Oh, Union.
Yeah, Union Tank Car. UTLX. You're doing good. You're doing good. This one here is a little tricky. It's only 1 word, and it's the 4 letters, but we're going to leave off the X.
Okay.
CRGX.
Oh my God. CRGX. Canadian?
No.
CR.
It's 1 word, but if you take the CR, that sounds like something.
Oh.
And then the G is somebody's name.
Jeez. Corporal Greg? I don't know.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, Bub's saying it's Cargill. Is that right?
Cargill. Yeah.
Huh.
Bubs with the point. That's great. That's great.
Now that one he didn't Google, I'm sure.
Bubs is Google, okay? When it comes to this stuff, he knows.
I know. Hey, Chris W in the chat. Long time no see.
Tinkers are one of my top freight faves. Well, then you've come to the right place. What about ACFX?
ACFX. ACF. American?
American? What's the C for? Because it's a...
Common freight?
No, it's a...
Car? American car?
And... American car and F.
Freight?
Close. Foundry.
Foundry?
Yeah. Now, this one is by General Electric Rail Service. Just wanted to throw that in there, piece of it. For those GE guys, because I know a lot of guys are like, oh, those GE locomotives. Anyways, here's another popular one. TILX.
Oh, yeah, I should know this one. What have I written down somewhere? I have a bunch of those too. TILX. Don't get out of here.
If anybody in the chat knows TILX, beat Mark to the punch.
Yeah,
Don't win a prize.
Is T tank?
No.
No. TILX.
Name a character from The Matrix that starts with a T.
Oh, I do have it here. Trinity.
There we go. Okay. What's the second word?
That's all I have. Trinity. I don't know.
Insulated?
Trinity insulated?
No.
International?
No.
Trinity. No, I don't have it here. Shoot. TIL.
Anybody?
Is it a name?
No. It's a place where the trains go. Different.
Industrial? Trinity Industrial? Trinity Industries.
There you go. And then the L is for when somebody borrows your car, your...
Leasing.
There you go.
Thanks, Bubs.
Industry, leasing. And then we've got... And this is a weird one. HOKX.
Huh.
HOKX.
HOK. Oh my gosh. Housing? What would the H stand for? I don't know. Need a hint for H. Is there a name?
Technically, the H is for the name of the car, but it's like the HOK is like a very abbreviated first name for the car. And what you'll see is the reporting mark, which is the HOKX, but it'll have the word up on the car. It'll say it right across it. And you're like, that's a silly name for a tank car.
HOK.
Anybody in the chat? No? Sorry?
Hotrack?
No. Let's see. Okay.
Lady of the Night. Hookah?
Wait. Very close, Wigwag. It's actually Hooker Chemicals.
Oh, it is. Chris was right. Lady of the Night. Huh. Hooker. Oh my god.
Here's another trick one for you, and you're gonna hate me for this one. And we've got 3 more after this one.
Okay.
GATX.
Oh yes.
That
one too.
GATX. What does that stand for? And you're gonna say this is stupid. Why are we playing this? This is not as good as remember the one that we did where I drew the symbol of the road name of the train and you had to guess it? That one was fun too. But this one, you're going to hate this.
G's not gallon, right?
No.
I have GATC.
GATX.
GA.
John says General American Tank. No, but close.
Gunderson?
Sorry?
Gunderson?
No.
Is John right? General American Tank?
No, but cool. Very, very close. No, not close, but it was a good answer. I liked his answer. So I'll tell you what it is because you probably won't get it. So GATX stands for GATX Corp.
Come on.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, he's gonna. Yes, you hate this. I told you it was a trick one. I didn't say any of this was going to be easy. I said there's going to be a couple that are really easy, but I wanted to. We're testing our knowledge here with this. How about EBAX?
DB?
E is in Echo, B is in Bravo, A is in Alpha, X.
EB. Ethanol?
Close. It's 2 words. The only word that matters starts with an E. It's close to ethanol. It's something that I had mentioned near the beginning when I was talking about different things that they carry. I had mentioned something about ethanol and something else.
Dang. Not corn syrup.
Nope, because it has to start with an E.
Yeah.
I think David got it.
Oh, it's ethyl alcohol. Huh.
Well, ethyl corp.
Yeah.
Ethyl corp. But yeah, ethyl.
Ethyl. Huh.
Now this one's weird because the reporting marks have nothing to do with the name of the company. So the name of the company, or the report mark, is UCLX.
UCLX. UC. It's not United?
Nope.
Union?
It doesn't. I'm going to give you a hint. You're not going to be able to get this, and it doesn't even start with a U or a C or an L. So it's a completely separate name altogether. I want to see if anybody in the chat knows what UCLX is.
Well, they can Google it.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, there's a bit of cheating there with it. But that's okay, because, we're all helping. So I'll just tell you then. UCLX is Vulcan Minerals. Vulcan Minerals. Kind of sounds like a Star Trek thing, I know, but whatever. Okay, we've got one last one.
Okay.
NATX. NATX.
Huh.
And I know you can get this because you've already said like half of the name when asking about other ones. So we live in
Canada.
Most of us live in. Think N.
North America.
There we go. And
Tank.
And then what will the L be?
Line.
There we go.
Yay.
North American Tank Line. NATX. Another GE rail service owned company. The points don't really matter, and you can't really exchange them in for a stuffed animal or something like at the fair. But we had fun, and we learned a lot.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
You actually did really good, considering you had no idea what was going to happen. So that's good. Yeah. I like putting you on the spot. It's fun for me. And hopefully it's fun for everyone at home, too. But even big shout out to everyone in the chat who got some of these right, too. I know that some of them are not easy. But when you're looking into companies and what you would normally use when it comes to tank cars, I know for myself, Procore is one of my favorites, and you'll see strings of Procore cars, right?
Yeah.
Especially in North America and whatnot. So like the more you know about the stuff that you're running, opposed to just going out and getting whatever. I mean, people still do, and that's great. Run a little bit of everything. It's your layout, your rules. But for those who want to narrow down, because I listed off, and Mark talked about all the Athearn cars and all the Walthers cars and whatnot. If you know what to look for, then it's not going to seem so overwhelming when you're at the train store saying, well, I'm looking for a tank car.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
So hopefully that helps, and hopefully you found it informative. Maybe you learned something you didn't know, or maybe you're like, this guy's totally wrong. I don't care. But, we had fun.
What does the Pro car usually carry? Do you know? Does it vary?
I want to say that it's not oil. Well, there's some of them have oil. Some of them have what is it called? Crude oil.
Okay.
Some of them will have crude oil. There are larger ones than these ones with the different walkways. They're a little bit longer. Those ones as well. And then I've seen some for ethanol as well. So, but again, when I have tank cars on my layout, I invoke my layout, my rules, and I'll use them for whatever I want.
Yeah, of course.
As long as they all look good together and they run properly from point A to point B, as we talked about.
Yeah.
Well, that was everything I had for tonight. Did you have anything?
Not really. No.
No.
I got nothing. Although I thank you for getting my old cars out of the storage, because I'm thinking of I might resurrect these bad boys back and see, give them another shot. I don't know. I boxed I forgot how many boxes I put of cars away. 3 big bins of stuff in storage.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like James says, I need a bigger layout so I can have my cars out.
Yeah, sometimes for me, like all my stuff is out on the layout, except for like some stuff that I can't find. But I'm pretty sure it's because I either sold it or I left it somewhere in a box, maybe in a bin or something like that myself. But I try to pull everything out and like leave it on the layout so I'll have at least some opportunity to run it at some point.
Yeah, of course.
But
I wonder what James would buy these. Pack of 2. He likes doubles.
You'd have to have 2 packs of 2.
Ah.
Nice. I don't want it. It doesn't have a matching set. Hey, Artie, how's it going? Okay, so just to kind of wrap things up and reiterate, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware, because there was some guys that showed up late. So next week we'll be on Dave Coe's channel. Dave, and I don't know what he'll be doing. He'll be switching scales, and and he will be live. What is it? See, I lost it here. Oh, here we go.
August 3rd.
Is it the 3rd? Okay, good. Yeah, August 3rd. So we'll be on Dave's channel next week. This Monday coming up, we'll be on James's channel. This Sunday. Oh, I forgot. This Sunday.
Oh,
the Sunday brunch kit bill. I got this in.
Where's that going?
Cold beer. So, well, I needed the conveyors and the little tower thingy, and it's for my paper mill. So I just needed conveyors. It's not really cool that I'm transferring here, but
okay.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah,
but I'm going to crack that open. I'm saving it for Sunday, exclusively for Sunday, because it's a brand new kit. It literally just came in. So I'm going to unbox it. If you're interested, if you've wanted to get one or you've needed one, come hang out. We're building kits and whatnot. So I'll crack that open on Sunday for everybody to take a look at. Yeah. Other than that, Mark, I had lots of fun tonight. I'm glad we finally got that tank car episode out of the way. You're off the hook. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody at home, Mark, it's always a slice when you're in town.
Take care.
Did you have anything else before we go?
I'm good.
Tank care? Yeah. You're
Tank
terrible.
Care.
Bye, everybody. Tank care.